Welcome to Sirantwi Education channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for me. Right, grade 8 and 9. Today we are going to look at Microsoft Word and PowerPoint checklist. This is what you must be studying in order for you to complete this term. That's term 3. Right, so this is what we are going to look at. In Microsoft Word, we are going to look at the basics, which involves knowing the basic interface like the text, like file, home, insert, draw, design, layout, references, and then also how to open and save and close document, basic typing and editing and navigation to different files. Then we will also be looking at text formatting, that is changing the font type, font size, and font color. We will also be looking at bolding, italics, and underlining a text, text alignment like left, center, right, and justify. We will also take a look at bullets and numbering. Then from there, we will look at page layout. That is how to change the margins and orientation of a page size or paper size and line breaks, inserting names and others in the header and footer. Then we will look at page numbers. Then finally, we will look at paragraphs and styles, and then table and different objects. Right, watermark, drop cap. So these are the outline. You'll get this document, the link for this document below this video. Then the PowerPoint, we'll be looking at the basics, creating a new PowerPoint, saving and opening a presentation, what is slide and different slide layout, deleting and inserting new slide and others. So that's what we are going to look at today. And that is what you must focus on regarding term 3 practical. So straight away, I'll start with this document and then I'll go through all these topics. Now, join me by opening, you get this file, Microsoft Word. So I am going to open the file called 1K point. So I'll open 1K point file and then I will use it to solve all these questions. Now, the first part that we are going to look at according to our outline is the basic interface of Microsoft Word, how to type and then how to open and close. Now, when you look at Microsoft Word, you will see these ribbons, file. So if you want to save, you go to file and then you save. That is if you are saving the existing document. Now, when you go to file and save as, when you are saving already document that you have and then you give it a name. So if I go to file, save as, then I go to browse, then I can now save this one, let's say to a new name. Let's say 1K.1. So it's going to change the name for you. We also have the home tab, whereby we have different sections, font group, paragraph, styles, editing, and then we also have clipboard. So now we are going to look at this home tab and then go through all of them. Now, let's quickly move straight to the second aspect, that is changing the font type, the font size, and then the font color. You have this document here. Now, if I want to change the font color of this first heading here, that's 5 reasons why Cape Point is one of nature's great places. You first select, and to select, you click and then you drag the mouse around it. Now, you'll see the font group. So if you want to change the font, you click on this arrow and then you select the font. Let's say I want to change the font to Abedi. I select it. If I want to change the font size, I go to this one and change the font size. If I want to change the font color, You see this one, this is the font color. And then if you want to bold it, you click on B. If you want to italize it, you click on I. If you want to underline, you click on this. Now, there are also another underline. When you click on this arrow, you see double underline. And then you can have wavy underline also. Then you can also have underline color. Let's say I want the underline color to be green. So you get all of them under font group. Now, if you don't want to go through all this and you want to go through the long process, you see the font group, there is an arrow here. You click on this arrow. Now it's going to give you the font, underline style, underline color, font style, bold, italic or bold, and then the font size. Then there is also small caps. If you want to change it to small caps, you click on small caps. Right. So basically that's how we change different fonts. Now, you see this one called the Cape Peninsula. If this one I want it to be up, I want this E to be up. I select E, and then you see subscript and superscript. Superscript means you want to push it to be top, and then subscript. So you can see this one. Let me increase the font size. If you want to increase the font size, you can also click on this A next to 12. So you can see I increase the font size. So this is superscript. Now, if I want this one to subscript, this is the subscript. It will be down. So superscript and subscript. Just like if you are typing first. You are typing first one ST. Now you want the ST to be top. So you select it and then you choose superscript. Now let's say you are typing for water, which is H2O. Now we want this 2 to be subscript. You select it and choose subscript. So that's how we type or we change superscript and then subscript. Right. Now, what about shading? If you want to highlight, let's take this text for instance, this text. You select it and you want to shade. You see this highlight color? You can choose the color that you want to shade. Again, if I want to choose border around this and shading, when I select this and I want to bold and then underline, I click on B and then I click on underline with the color that you want to choose. Underline color. Right. Now, if you want to also put a border around it, when you select it, you can go to search and type border. Don't forget, make use of this search. So when you say border, it's going to give you borders and shading. Now, if you want to put a border around it, it's different from page border. So border, and then you select your border line. Let's say double, and then the border width, that is the weight, and then the border color. So if I want the border to be only the top and bottom, I remove the side and then I click on OK. So there's a border around this paragraph. So that is how we place a border around a paragraph. So take note. You select it, go to search and type borders and shading. Then you put a border, you choose which type of border, whether 3D or custom border. You choose the color of the border and you choose the width of the border. If you want it to be only the side, you remove the top and bottom and OK. So this one is only the side border. Now, if I want to shade, I go there again, borders and shading. Then you don't choose border, you choose shading, and you can now choose the fill color. Right. So that's how we choose borders and shading. Right. Now let's check other one. So we have talked about the font type, the font size, the font color, bold, italic, underline. Now let's move straight to text alignment and then also bullet. Text alignment and bullet. Now, if this text here, I want to highlight it and align it, you get it under paragraph group. So the paragraph group, if I want to change it to the left, you see here, align left. If I want to change it to the middle, I click on center. If I want to place it to the right, I click on align right. And justify, that's evenly aligned. So this is left, this one is center. You can see the difference. This one is right aligned to the right. And this one is justified. Then we also have paragraph spacing. That's this one. When you want the space to be 1.5, you choose this one. If you want the space to double spacing, you choose 2.0. If you want the space to be 3 spaces, you can see the spaces between text, which is called a line spacing. And then we also have numbering. Let's say we want to have this one as our numbering. We want to number this. You select them, and the numbering is under paragraph. So you see this bullet. You select the bullet. There are different bullets. Now, if you want to number them, you choose this one, numbering. Whether 1, 2, 3, or this, or ABC. So there are different numbering also and different bullets. So take note of bullet and numbering. Right, now, what about if I want to use a picture as bullet? When you go to bullet, that arrow there, you go to define new bullet, and then you select a picture or a symbol. The question will tell you whether you should use a symbol or a picture. So like this one, if I want to choose a picture, then I choose from file. So if I want to use this picture, I double click on it, then that picture will be my bullet. So that is how we insert bullets and also number them. So this is bullet and this is numbering. Right. And then lastly, regarding the paragraph, we also have the paragraph spacing, which we are not going to talk about that. Paragraph spacing, if you want to do that, you go to paragraph, there is an arrow here. You click on it. Then you see paragraph spacing before and after. And this is the line spacing, double or at least. And then we also have before and after, which is the paragraph spacing. So if they say change the paragraph spacing, you just select it. You can go to the search and say paragraph. It will give you paragraph settings, then it will open this arrow for you. Then we have the line spacing and paragraph spacing. We have the alignment like left, center, right, justify. So take note of that. Now, let's check our next topic. So we are done with bullets and numbering. Now, the page layout. The page layout, and then we'll look at the images. And then watermark and drop cap. So that one, I'm going to take another file. I'm going to take one carnival. Right. So this one, I am going to focus on changing the page layout. Now, when you go to layout and then you see margins, so you can change the margins here, whether normal margin, narrow, moderate. So these are different margins that are already there. So you choose moderate. This is the moderate margin, wide, or they can tell you to custom margins. Then you can now change the margin. Right. You can also do that by just double clicking. You have a ruler here. Double clicking inside the ruler, and then you can change the margin. Let's say the top margin to be 2 centimeters, and then the bottom margin to be also 2 centimeters. They can also ask you to change the paper size. So you go to paper, and then the size, let's say, should be A4. You choose A4. So we have different paper size. And then we also have, so the margins, you can also change layout to orientation called landscape. So landscape is too wide, which you can also get it under layout, orientation, landscape. If in examination or test you don't know where to go, just go to search and say landscape. It will say change orientation for you. Then you choose landscape. Right. Again, we will look at the size and then also column. Now, finally, before we end this lesson, we are going to look at the page color. You see the page color here, you get from design, and then you see page color. Like I told you, if you don't know where to find it, go to search and type page color. It's going to give you page color, and then you choose the color. Now, if you want a better page color, you go to design, page color, fill effect. Then you can choose two colors from the gradient. Let's say the first color to be blue or yellow, the second color to be red. And then you can choose it to be from the corner or from center. So that's how we change page color. You go to design, page color, and then fill effect. Then you can choose the color that you want, whether one color or two colors. And then you change the shading style also. Right. Then we also have what we call watermark. When you go to design, you see watermark. Or you can also choose what you call the search and say watermark. Then you find watermark and then you choose custom watermark. Then you choose text watermark. So here we can type our watermark, let's say Kiro. And if we want the watermark to be, the size to be bigger, like 120, and then the watermark color to be red, and apply. So you see that watermark or Kiro at the background of our page. So that's how we insert watermark. Right. Then let me change the page color to white. So now you see the watermark properly. Now we move straight to the final one, which is the drop cap. Now let's say I want this S to be dropped to be bigger. I click there and then I go to insert drop cap and then you choose drop cap options. Then you select drop. If I wanted to drop to 3 lines and then the distance to be 1 centimeter. And then OK. So this is how the drop cap will look like. It is covering 3 lines and then the distance will be 1 centimeter. Right. And then we go to word art. Like this one here, we talk about the numbering. You select, let's say you are changing it to a bullet. Define new bullet. If you want a symbol, you select a symbol. Now, we are going to also talk about word art and then image. Like you see here, the word mother city. I want this mother city to be word art. So you select it, you go to insert, then you see word art, then you select any word art. Then when you select it, you can now go to the word art style, text effect, and then you go to transform. Then you can choose the transform style you want it to be like. So you can drag it. Now this word art you can fill in, shape fill, and then you can fill in with a picture. You can also go to shape effect and then you fill with another picture, the inside one. So basically that's how we do word art. You go to inside word art, then you select the word art you want to apply. So this is a simple word art. Now, finally, we go to shapes and then images. If I want to draw a shape, I go to insert shape. Let's say I want to draw this shape, which is the heart shape, then you draw it. Then inside it, you can type, you right click and choose add text. Then you can type the text Kiro Mahikane. You can select it and increase the size by going to home. You click on this one to increase the size of the text. When you click on the word art, it gives you the shape format. Again, you can change the shape fill, the color that you want to select. Right, so that's how we insert shape and then we type inside a shape. Now, if you want to insert an image, you click on insert picture from this device. Now, let's say I want to select this picture. Now, when I select this picture, it gives me picture format. I can now go to crop and then I crop it to shape. Let's say I want to crop it to this shape. So now the picture has now been cropped into the heart shape. You click on the picture format, crop to shape. Let's say here I want to choose the hexagon. So that's how we insert an image and then we crop the image to shape. We can change the size of the image from the picture format, the size, then we can change the size. Don't forget to take log aspect ratio, then you can change the size of the picture. Right, so basically, this is what you need to know about images. We are not going to talk about find and replace. So the watermark, page color, drop cap, and then also we talk about the images and then the position and then word art and text boxes. So that is what you need to know, how to apply a style. We have this if you want to apply a style on this word called What is Cape Town Carnival About? When you select it, you see from the home tab styles. So we have the style, let's say title style, or if you want heading 1 or heading 2. So you just click on the style. So if I give you a question by saying change that heading to heading 1 style. So you go to style and then you select your style, or change it to a carnival style, then you change it to that style. So that is all about styles also. So take note of this. The next lesson we will focus on PowerPoint. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time.